on. Jesus.
All right. Awesome. We are live. All right, everybody. So I'm excited about today's show because I have a long-time friend of mine on here, ToKka. How are you doing, brother? I'm so honored to have you on here.
What's up, brother? How you doing? Sorry.
Good, man.
That
Good,
was, that
good,
was a
good.
that was a joke. What up?
We're one thing we share, we have in common, we always have is our love for Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. We're both diehard fans, and that's what today's show is about. We're gonna talk turtles, really. It's a great time to talk turtles because, for those not aware, there's actually three turtles movies on the horizon. Three, which is Toka. Have we ever had that many slated like that ahead? I don't think so, huh? Not that many.
Uh,
Yeah.
One, I would imagine they're not all coming
Yeah.
out at the
Yeah,
same
they're not
time.
come at the same time, but the fact that
Yeah, so I
there's
think
yeah,
it is an interesting time. I don't think there's been this many turtle
yeah,
projects
yeah,
going on.
not that many like pre-announced. You know what I mean? Um,
Yeah.
but you know what? Before we even get into all the movie talk here, you and I were going over something cool, which I think would be great to share with the public. You're going to be taking a really fun trip. Uh, yeah, explain that, dude. That because that blew me away. That was cool, man. That's some exciting news.
No. Well, I know. I'm just playing catch up with everything because we booked this trip back in the end of like the middle of March.
Uh huh.
So, and the whole summer's just been a whirlwind. So, but whatever the case, I guess it's September the 11th, which is Saturday.
Yeah, coming.
So
Yeah.
I'm south of Denver, about an hour south of Denver in Colorado Springs. So, I'm leaving Thursday. Yeah, I'm leaving, flying out Friday morning for Curry, North Carolina. There's a company called Myers House LLC. I believe there's some sort of events company. I think the gentleman that runs it or whoever owns the original Halloween house from
Yeah.
the original Michael Myers film way back when. And well, whatever the case, he made a deal with the property owner or whatever of the original farmhouse for Turtles 1, the original 1990 movie. And so they had they made a deal, and then so I guess long short, there's going to be a one night event screening of the original Turtles film on the farm at the actual filming location of the farmhouse.
So cool.
Well, and if you remember, most people, well, maybe not everybody, but North Carolina was a prominent filming location for
Huge.
Turtles, and I believe the second and third films as well.
Hmm.
Please forgive me if I'm getting any facts wrong. I am exhausted, so I'm not totally here right now.
They
But
filmed a
whatever the
lot there.
case,
Yeah.
yeah, a huge chunk of the 1990 film, in the very least, was filmed there. Everything from the farmhouse stuff to the April's work,
Hmm.
Foot Clan headquarters, all sorts of stuff. So, yeah, whatever the case, we're gonna be seeing the movie there. There will be a camp out for some of us, so I will be camping there overnight. And then later in the weekend, like on Sunday, I guess we've got a hotel or a
Yeah.
motel or something. And we will be scouting out filming locations to the best of our abilities.
So cool, man.
Because I think we have a friend. I don't know all the details. I can fill you in later. That's fine. But right now,
Yeah.
I'm just telling you what's tentatively going to happen. And I guess there's a film museum there or something.
Uh-huh.
So we may be able to see some props and stuff from the movie. That's all tentative. So
You know what's so cool about that is you're saying the camp out thing. It's like
yeah,
you're gonna get to relive the Splinter Spirit scene. Like.
that's. I guess that had kind of crossed my mind.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Yeah.
it
That's so
should
cool.
be interesting.
That's my favorite
Again,
movie of all time, dude.
Oh,
TMNT
really?
one of all time. That's my favorite movie. I don't think there's any movie I've seen more in my entire life than that movie. And like, there's a lot of movies I see, and I'm like, I don't really want to watch them again, but I'll always have room to watch Turtles
Oh.
one, dude. Yeah.
There'll always be a special place in my heart for the original.
Yeah.
Again, I'm forgive me. I'm sorry. I love Turtles 2 with like above all else. I don't know why. It's just me. You know, I'm very fond of the original trilogy in general for different reasons, but the first one, of course, is always going to be like a pinnacle classic.
Yeah.
And I don't know how many people, young or old, still talk about the film, so I cannot deny its iconography.
Yeah.
It was not a perfect movie. None of them were, but still, it's just such a staple in so many people's childhoods. You know, who am I to deny? Looks like your buddy's coming in.
Oh, yeah. There it is, Francisco.
Okay, well, anyway. So, yeah, this is probably a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, so... Hi there.
Hey, Francisco. What's up, dude?
Yo, what's up?
All right.
Nice to meet you.
Let me fit,
Nice to meet you, man.
let me fit everybody here on the screen. All right. So that's gonna be fun, man. Actually, before we move on to the topic, ToKka, real quick, you said there's a place over there that has actual props. What props do they have there that you know?
I have no clue.
Okay.
I have no clue.
I love that stuff, dude.
There's I'm going with. I'm going to be meeting the Ivy family out there.
Yeah.
So if you remember Michelle Ivy from Cowabunga Corner.
Yeah. Is she still doing the show? Is she still doing that? That was a cool show. I watched it a lot.
They're on the road right. Yeah, they're on the road right now.
Yeah.
So it's been a roller coaster for them as well. So they're actually using this kind of as a time to take a break.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've just their whole history the past couple years has just been rather chaotic. So
yeah, do you own any props from any of the movies?
Yeah, I it's not much, but it's a in fact I think it's right here. Yeah. All right, this was a let's see if I can shake this up here. Well, it's kind of settled in there. There we go. This looks like just an ooze can. I recycled this from the 2012 show.
Oh.
The
Next Mutation?
No, the Nickelodeon 2012 show.
Oh,
Ciro
shit.
Nieli's show.
Oh, yeah. Okay, yeah.
I'll explain what this is. Just give me a minute here. And I guess if people are listening, I'm holding up a kind of a clear ooze can.
Uh-huh.
That used to hold, the slime from the the 2012 Turtles line.
That line was awesome, dude. Those figures.
It was a pretty cool. Yeah, no, they did a good job. Well, whatever the case, I guess the ooze dried up, and so, god damn, there's a backstory to this. So I think it was. Don't hold me to this, but I'm going to say it was about 2011, 2012, somewhere around there. So it would have been Motor City Comic Con 2011. Motor City Comic Con's in Novi, Michigan. At least I think it was. They may have moved it.
Yeah.
The Ivy sisters were on the road. They went to Novi. Kevin Eastman was going to be there. So 2011 was an important year for the IDW Turtles comic.
Yeah.
It took, 2009, Nickelodeon, bought the rights to the Turtles from Mirage. They had started a new Turtle comic, so it was still pretty fresh.
Yeah.
So Kevin was signing out there in Motor City. The girls wanted to know if I wanted something from Kevin. I'm like, if there's like a exclusive or something, could you get Kevin to sign something? So they had a blank comic. You know how IDW constantly has a billion covers every month, and they have all these what do they call those blank comics? All the companies are doing it anymore.
Yeah, they're just blank covers.
They're blank covers for artists and stuff. They're really popular. Even I have a few that I've done and sold.
Although Turtles hasn't done one for a while though, of a blank, but yeah, they've gone up.
It's okay. Anyway, Motor City had one.
Mm-hmm.
Kevin, the Turtles like, well, what do you want Kevin to draw in the comic for you? It's like, have him do Old Hob. So they
Nice.
introduced Old Hob has become one of my all-time favorite of the newer generation of mutant animals. He's just,
Yeah.
wonderfully villainous and kind of an anti-hero, and just he's such an overall asshole. I love him to death.
Introduced in that first issue at IDW as well, right? That's his
Yeah,
first
yeah, no,
appearance.
he's a pretty important character in Turtle Mythos anymore. God damn, that was almost 10 years ago now.
That's
Oh my
scary.
God,
That's scary how
dude.
fast that time passed, huh?
Oh
Yeah.
God, oh my God. Anyway, well, whatever. He signed the thing and he drew an Old Hob. It was nice and simple. So they mailed it out, I think, within a day or so after that happened. They were still on the road. So I got the envelope a few days later, and I think I got it at night. I'm a night owl, so I was like waking up at the crack of noon, getting ready, getting out of here. I think it was a Friday or something. I had to get downtown to the art gallery, so I was getting ready to jump on my bike because I had a First Friday art show to go to.
Yeah.
And I checked the mail, and there's this envelope. I'm like, oh, cool, the comic's here. So I checked the comic. I pulled out out of the manila envelope or whatever the hell it was, the Old Hob comic.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, Kevin drew an Old Hob for me. Cool.
Nice.
And it was covered in this dust.
Huh.
It was covered in this not pink, this green dust. I'm like, what the fuck is this shit? and I was like, is this anthrax? What is this? I didn't know what it. No, I didn't know what it was. It was a powder. I'm like,
that's crazy.
Is this something illegal? Am I supposed to smoke? I didn't know what it was. And then so I didn't have time to think about this. So I just put the comic back in the envelope, and I didn't throw the dust away. I just put it back because I was too tired to deal with it. And I was like, okay, I'll call the girls later when I get back because they're on the road and I know they'll take my call, so it'll be fine. Went to the art show, came back, and then I called Michelle and left a message on their voicemail. I'm like, hey, you guys, there's something really weird about the comic you sent. It's covered in this dust.
Yeah.
There's this green latex dust.
Uh-huh.
And then the girls got the voicemail. They called me back. And Michelle's like, well, you know what that dust is? I'm like, well, no, I don't. She's like, well, that's the shredded decomposing foam latex from ToKka's hand from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2: The Secret of the Ooze.
What the hell?
Yeah, so the girls, I guess, were coming from the West Coast, I guess, back to the East Coast in some capacity.
Yeah.
They had interviewed Kurt Bryant, I believe is his name. He was a stunt actor for ToKka.
Yeah,
and the girls actually, trust me, the timeline of this is all jumbled up, even in my own mind. So I know if I sound confusing in any capacity, I apologize. Oh, no. I'm doing my best to pull this out of the darkest recesses of my mind. But whatever the case, the girls did interview Kurt Bryant in some capacity for Cowabunga Corner. Yeah. Cowabunga Corner is on YouTube. Uh-huh. Look it up. You can catch a lot of Michelle's old interviews. She's great. She's so well connected. She knows everybody. She's interviewed artists and voice actors and actors, and I believe she's slowly trying to get back into doing that. It's just the past several years she's had a lot of family issues and health scares, so it's just been a crazy time.
Yeah.
So I can't speak for them, but whatever. Still, the archives of Cowabunga Corner is amazing.
Yeah, definitely.
So I think it's cowabungacorner.com.
Yeah,
and then again,
both you and her are staples of the TMNT community. You know?
I appreciate that. Thank you. That's nice of you. Whatever. She interviewed Kurt Bryant. She actually put him on the phone with me. I was doing laundry like I was doing tonight.
Yeah.
I was doing laundry with my sister at the laundromat. Then I got this call from Sarah's, from Michelle, and she's like, "Well, we're in LA, and you know where we're at?" I'm like, "Who? Where? I don't know. We're at Kurt Bryant's house." I'm like, "Okay, because of course you are, because you know everybody." and then she puts me on the phone with him. So I had this really quick, 2.5 minute conversation with Kurt Bryant, and it was wonderful and surreal and so awkward all at the same time. I'm like, okay, what just happened here? So I talked to Kurt Bryant. Well, later for Michelle's interview with him, he went into his garage and pulled out this old box.
Yeah.
And sure enough, there was this claw.
That's what I was gonna ask. Mm-hmm.
It was ToKka's claw.
Dude.
And that was the only thing he was able to get from that production, I guess. Yeah. Now, ToKka, what's weird about ToKka and Rahzar is that you will see props and maybe full suits of the turtles.
Yeah.
Maybe from 1 through 3.
Mm-hmm.
Michelle even has a I think 2 heads from Turtles 3.
Yeah,
she does.
I got Donnie from Turtle 3's head.
Oh, really? Okay, yeah. So I even got to wear the Leonardo head. It's so creepy. Yeah. Oh my god.
She has Leo and Mikey, right?
Yeah, she's Leo and Mikey.
I got the Donnie. A lot of people. Yeah.
And she's got one of the TGRI jumpsuits.
Oh yeah.
From Turtles 2.
That's cool.
Because if you remember, they went to the what is it, when April went to go interview Perry on the contamination site, they were wearing those orange jumpsuits. Why did I call Michelle April? I am so tired. Michelle has one of the jumpsuits. I got to wear one of the jumpsuits. She has the combat cold cuts, so she has one of the props, the sausage nunchucks. So she has those, and I gotta.
Nick Palma's got the other one, huh? Yeah. Hmm? She has one, and Nick Palma. So if she has one, that means Nick Palma.
Yeah, Nick Palma has. Yeah, I don't know how many they made. Yeah. Maybe there was more. Maybe there's more stuff floating out there. The only thing of ToKka is, and I have no idea about Rahzar.
Dude,
maybe somewhere in the Henson archives, maybe there's a old crusty box rotting away.
Dude,
a furry old foam latex box.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It needs to be restored, or, gosh, dude. Yeah.
But ToKka's parts of ToKka have showed up. And so I was perusing years ago on the Technodrome forum, and some person had purchased a couple of the spikes from the ToKka costume.
Okay.
And so I also think some parts of the Super Shredder costume have turned up. Nothing of Rahzar.
That's crazy.
That I've seen.
What worries me is that it's parts, like you're saying, ToKka. So it's like, is someone just taking it apart? You know what I mean? Like, it's like, how could you? I would feel so bad to like snip off a spike. It's like, leave the whole shell intact. You know what I mean? Like, are they breaking it apart? Like, I'm so curious about that. And Rahzar's so big. How could nobody know where Rahzar went? Like, it's insane. You know?
Come to think about it, we may never see anything of those suits ever again. I just don't know.
Wow.
But yeah, it's insane. And I've seen also when I was out in LA back in 2013, they had what was the famous comic shop on this? Not Meltdown.
Meltdown.
Comics.
They had the Michelangelo and X Mutation.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So they had goddamn those old Chiodo Brothers suits.
Yeah.
I guess it was Kevin had one of them preserved. Uh-huh. I'm actually all for that. Because there's a famous studio that preserves old movie props and foam latex stuff.
Tom Spina.
Stuff from Tom Spina.
Yeah, Tom Spina.
I think Spina did the restoration on the from the movies, but the Next Mutation, I'm not 100% sure, but I think Spina did the restoration on that Michelangelo, and they had that at Meltdown forever. My biggest problem though is when Meltdown had it on display.
Yeah. No case.
You could go up and touch it.
Yeah, I know.
In fact, so I had
I know.
I mean,
I saw that in person, dude. Exactly what you're saying is exactly what I was thinking. Yeah.
Well,
it messed it up in some ways.
I had a show out in 2013 with Digger Mesh.
Uh-huh.
There was a Agent 88, which was a Digger Mesh short film, heavy metal, all that. I can talk about that some other time. But we went to Meltdown, and just days before I got there to see that Michelangelo. In fact, I got a picture of it for right now on my Twitter banner.
Yeah.
of me just kind of poking him in the teeth.
Uh-huh.
Somebody had just come up and elbowed.
Yeah. Some people are dumb, dude. Yeah.
Yeah, they had just gouged the face.
Gosh.
Dude. And I talked to Melker. I'm like, well, can we get that? Could you guys maybe look into getting that fixed so we can? Well, they did, and that was totally unfair of me. I don't know. And what was Meltdown to do? I'm playing devil's advocate here. What were they to do? They had inherited.
The Mikey should have been in some sort of acrylic case, though, like how you know what I mean? Yeah.
Or at least maybe have it just kind of roped off.
Yes.
Anything just to protect it, and they also had like a Leo and a Donnie head, and they were just kind of drooping there on these.
I never saw those.
You know.
Huh.
Yeah. When I was there, they were there. Because I went to Meltdown twice before they closed. Dude. I believe, though, all that stuff, I'm not 100% sure, but I think those went to IDW's museum out in San Diego. Don't hold me to that, but I think they're there now.
I still haven't been out to that museum.
I need to find out whatever happened to all that stuff. Because I think a couple of those suits were preserved Tom Spina, or at least Tom Spina's style in some capacity.
Yeah, yeah.
There was a lady I knew there was a lady I used to know. She recently passed last year, unfortunately, but she used to work for the Chiodo brothers, and so she actually saw a restored Venus de Milo.
Oh wow!
Yeah, so there is an actual Venus de Milo. Yeah, so
who owns that? That is badass. Actually.
I think the Venus is still the Chiodo brothers studios.
Kevin?
Where is that?
Yeah.
Where are they? I don't even know where the hell they're located. Are they in Vegas? Are they in LA? I don't know.
Yeah, well, Kevin is well known to come out publicly and say that he loves Venus de Milo. He actually really likes Venus. And and for those that don't know, the Chiodos brothers are the ones that did Killer Clowns from Outer Space. That was like the
they did they did so much. God damn, they're still they're one of the brothers is teaching at the Stan Winston School.
Oh, okay.
He's teaching stop motion animation.
Yeah.
Well, these guys are still effing active. I mean, aren't they trying to do like a Killer Clowns just made a fairly big comeback the past several years. There's like Universal. Mm-hmm. Universal has a big Halloween thing, kind of like Disney.
Yeah.
And Killer Clowns is part of that. And so there's all these Killer Clown costume characters and part of their Halloween Ghostbusters Beetlejuice thing. It's really crazy. Killer Clowns is really making a shocking comeback. It's amazing.
I think all those what would you say, like C horror movies, D-list horror movies are all making comebacks because they're just like, it's just so nostalgic, you know?
Well, and in my opinion, if we have to parallel this to the Next Mutation, since we're kind of on topic, off topic, and I'm bouncing around here, Next Mutation was probably the closest we got to a B, C level version of Turtles.
Yeah.
I've always compared Next Mutation to maybe like the 66 Batman. Uh-huh. Nobody agrees with me, but I was talking to Playmates and they had mixed feelings about Next Mutation. Some of the older guys at Playmates. I'm like, no, it's essentially a 66 Batman, really.
Yeah.
Next Mutation, there's a lot to love and a lot to hate, and I appreciate everything that Next Mutation was.
I would absolutely adore to see that Venus de Milo restored. Yeah, when you see pictures of that, you know, whoever that's at, that'd be awesome.
My friend, she may still have her Facebook page as a memorial. Mm-hmm. You know, it's sad when people pass away, but sometimes the family lets them keep the Facebook page. Yeah. I don't know if I saved those images because she took some personal shots of that stuff herself when she was at the studio working for them. And again, I don't remember what she did for them, but she had some shots of Venus. And I could go dig for them. Her page may still be up, her Facebook, so I can look for that stuff. We'll see. I don't know.
So is
so much to keep up with.
So he gave you pieces, fragments, basically.
Oh yeah, hey, we were talking about this.
Yes. So he gave you pieces, fragments from ToKka's residual from his arm, right?
In the envelope with the comic book, there was a smaller, like, little business size envelope. Yeah. So Michelle, when she was given this box, the claw was decomposing, of course.
Oh, man.
Foam latex does not last long.
Yeah. So
it was the bottom of the box was filled with all the crumblies from the claw, from
Yeah.
the foam latex. She didn't know what to do with it. So she carefully took the claw out, poured the box into this, the contents of the box into this little business size envelope.
Yeah.
She didn't lick it or nothing. She just folded it over and put it in with the comic. I guess for some reason she thought that the envelope would be stable in transit to my house. Yeah, right. So
It busted open inside the package then,
it
basically.
busted open, and then again, I thought it was covered in. Yeah, I didn't know if this was pot or what. I'm like, Michelle, what is this? That's one hell of a way to deliver.
Yeah, you don't want to smoke it. Then you really turn. You're like, oh!
Yeah,
and you turn into a new villain and shit.
You smoke this. You smoke this. You're probably going to die. Anyway,
That new hip packaging.
Yeah, exactly. No, this was the weirdest thing, but this is probably going to be the closest thing I have to a movie prop.
Dude.
So I have not for several years I've been sitting on this and I have not known what to do about it.
Mhm.
So I came up with a plan, and this has been about 7+ years in the making. I decided to make an urn for the ToKka stuff.
Yeah.
So this is
Very
part
cool.
of that urn. I built the base with it for here's part of the base. It's not done.
Oh, nice, dude.
That's awesome.
That is awesome.
Michelle's sister, Mickey Ivy, she's done stuff for
That is
Acme.
so cool, man.
The Ivies are some of the most creative people I know.
Yeah.
Their dad, Dave Ivy, was once known as the Jim Henson of Detroit.
Mm.
He used to work on a cable access show called The Ghoul, I believe.
Uh-huh.
And this is all turtle related, trust me.
Yeah.
Dave Ivy was alumni of the same school, and he was actually friends with Sam Raimi and Bruce Campbell.
Yeah.
Okay. In fact, Michelle, I believe, was actually in a Bruce Campbell film when she was little.
Nice.
You'd have to talk to her about it. The Ivies are the craziest family you'd ever meet, and Mickey used to Michelle's sister Mickey used to work for Mickey Dolenz of the Monkees. She was like his web person.
Wow.
Mhm.
And his roadie.
Yeah.
I don't know. Ryan Brown of the famous Ryan Brown. Well,
Scratch.
famous or not so
Scratch
famous
the cat. Yeah.
of Mirage Studios. He was a fan of the Ghoul Show,
Nice.
so he's very familiar with Dave's work.
Yeah.
And Ryan Brown and the Ivies go way back. It's so insane. Well, whatever the case, the bust of the urn was built by Mickey. She originally had it as a magnet, but the magnet broke and fell off my fridge or something. So I just decided to build a base around for the urn. So eventually, again, this is far from complete. The urn will stand like this. There's a slot back here that I'm trying to get in here.
It's looking
the
good
slot.
already, though, dude.
For the slot, I'm going to put those sketch cards they have? They're roughly the size of a baseball card. It's like a blank piece of Bristol.
Yeah.
Artists use you'll see artists sell them all the time.
Uh-huh.
I think doesn't even Marvel and Topps and stuff sell random sketch cards anymore with
They did. I think they did. Uh-huh.
Yeah, I don't know, like Star Wars and Marvel stuff.
We did some blank sketch cards for Imperial Valley Comic Con 3 years
Yeah,
ago.
yeah.
So, yeah.
It's a really
Yeah.
it's a somewhat well, even when I was working at Colorado Springs Comic Con
Mhm.
2 weekends ago, and there was a lot of artists that had
Yeah.
those little sketch cards, so they're really popular. Well, I actually Steve Bissett, Swamp Thing,
Yeah.
goddamn Spider Baby Graphics.
Uh-huh.
He also is also Mirage Studios alumni.
Yeah.
ToKka from Turtles 2 was basically the initial idea was bred from his sketch of the Terrapin.
Oh, nice.
So ToKka originally was conceived as a toy for Playmates.
Yeah.
Just imagine a bipedal alligator snapping turtle.
Yeah. Yeah. No,
Yeah, and then there was
awesome,
there was a little tiny how there was a lot of the turtle toys had little side characters.
Yes.
I don't know, like Ray Fillet had fish sticks, the little fishy guy.
Yeah, I love that. Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
Wingnut and Screw Loose and like.
Yeah, Screw Loose.
Yeah.
ToKka was gonna have this little tiny snapping turtle in a soup can.
Yeah.
It was a tomato soup can, and he had a bad hairpiece. and his name was Snappy Warhol.
Nice.
So
cool shit, man.
So Steve Bissett did that initial design for Playmates. It got rejected. For whatever reason, they took it on. Since they couldn't do Bebop and Rocksteady at the time for Turtles 2, they took that sketch, and that was the basis for ToKka.
Nice.
Eventually, Terrapin would go on to become a completely separate character, but he was still created by Steve Bissett. Last year, during COVID, Steve was taking commissions, and I used I took my chance, and I was like, "Okay, Steve, can I do a sketch card of ToKka? I'll pay you half now, and then when the illustration's complete, I'll pay you the other half that I owe you." And then so whenever the hell he gets finished, I should have a little ToKka placard.
Yeah.
Steve Bissett pretty much helped invent ToKka. He's never drawn ToKka specifically. And that's exactly what I want. So
that's awesome.
Basically, yeah, so I will have this ToKka urn for my mantle. Yeah, I don't even have a mantle.
Pure originality right there.
That's cool.
Yeah,
man.
so this is the best I could do, and this is probably going to be the closest I can get to an actual turtle prop. But I really want to make it personalized. ToKka single-handedly was my all-time favorite character. I mean, ToKka is not just my screen name. I'm literally I've been working on this for 20 years to get my name legally changed. It's going to cost some money and then some paperwork, but I will, at some point, maybe by the time I'm 50 or something, I'll have my name
You'll make it happen.
Legally changed. Yeah, well, I've seen guys legally change their name. There was a guy coming back from the war, and he was on the news for some reason years ago, and he'd officially changed his name on his driver's license to Optimus Prime. Oh, yeah. Optimus Prime.
Well, there's that guy in the Lakers. He changed his name to World Peace. Remember? Yeah.
Interesting. Yeah. Or there was a little girl born up the street, because there's a children's hospital up the street, and her parents named her Mara Jade. And if you know who
Star Wars.
Luke Skywalker's former wife was,
Yeah.
So I'm like, it's not that big of a deal.
Yeah.
I think some people that grew up with me are still weirded out when I say just call me ToKka. It's easier.
ToKka's awesome though, because like it's very. How many other ToKkas will there be? You know what I mean? Being unique is great, dude, you know?
Yeah, it's just a name that works. And plus, there's also a lot of practical reasons. I was named after my father initially, so and that's caused me so many headaches. I've had bad credit, for example, because of that. So there's a lot of like little legal issues. You know, so we'll see in time. More and more.
I'm the same though. I'm also same thing. I'm named after my dad too. So I've had to I'll have people call me for stuff. I'm like, that's not me. I'm Junior.
Yeah,
you know.
you'll get a random call.
Yeah.
Hello. There. You owe us some money. Blah blah blah. Oh wait, I owe you money. Who is this? Well, this is the Mazda financing company. Blah blah blah.
Yeah.
Oh wait, you must be my dad, right?
Yeah.
So it's just caused so many headaches since I was like 16 years old.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
I think at one point they literally said that I've had bad credit since I was 16. I'm like, before I could even get a credit card, really? Okay.
Exactly what you said. Same thing with me, man. I've been
too.
Yeah.
It's not that you don't love your. Yeah, it's not that you don't love your parents.
Isn't that funny? All three of us are juniors, dude. How crazy is that? What are the odds?
Essentially,
of that,
essentially. So I'm just, I don't know. ToKka initially was a screen name, and then people started calling me ToKka. I'm like, it just makes sense. It's my favorite character.
Yeah.
So F it, you know. Yeah. So, but anyway, we'll see. The urn is not done yet. I'm basically waiting for Steve. He's a busy guy, I'm sure. So we'll see. I keep poking him. Finish that commission, Steve, please. But when all is said and done, I will have the urn done. I am currently trying to work on a specific ToKka and Razar shelf.
That'd be cool.
So every ToKka and Razar figure I have, the NECA ones, I was mostly waiting for the NECA ones.
Those are badass, dude. Yeah.
But there's 2 more ToKka and Razars ToKka and Razars coming out.
Real real quick
there's
here in
a
the real quick here in
there's
the
a
chat.
cartoon one coming out. So anyway, go ahead.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Sorry.
Real quick here in the chat, ToKka. We got Buffy Love Super Cat. She says, Cryptozoic is one of the memorabilia card companies that still does sketch cards. And then she also says, much respect to you for being a true and loyal fan.
Oh,
Yeah.
what up? Thank you.
Cool,
That's
man.
nice of you. Yeah. I don't know.
Awesome.
It's been a crazy time. It's like I often tell people like Turtles is the best thing to ever happen to me and like the bane of my existence.
Hey, Turtles is I wouldn't even. I had a career as a professional skateboarder for a while. My brother's doing that now. I'm not like in it anymore. But before, when I did have that career, a lot of people like. I mean, I wouldn't even be skateboarding if it wasn't for Turtles. Like that first movie where they come in the sewer. That was my first glimpse at a skateboard. And so like I have this interesting story. I've told Kevin Eastman this before too. Like I've had like articles about that. But like most people, like they'll see someone else skate and they'll get inspired to do that. Or some people say Back to the Future. All these things. For me, it was Ninja Turtles. Ninja Turtles is everything. I mean, it introduced me to skateboarding, to pizza, to action figures, to pop culture, to comic books, to like. Turtles introduced me to like essentially everything that I love today, dude. So for me,
if you guys got involved in Turtles, I was mostly introduced. Well, obviously, I was introduced to the comics, but I mean the cartoons, the original. What was it? The '88 cartoon.
Yeah,
the '88 cartoon. I'm awake. Hello. Sorry, please forgive me. I'm a zombie right now. But the when I was little, we would go to one of the comic shops downtown. I don't know, I was like picking up my He-Man magazines. There was a cigar store and a comic shop, and they both sold comics and magazines. It was crazy.
Yeah.
And then I remember going into the comic shop, picking up one of the He-Man magazines, and there was a cover. I think it was one of the early Mirage books with the where the Turtles go to what is it? God, what the hell is the name of Fugitoid's planet where the Triceratons are coming out?
Yeah.
There's a famous comic book where there's a space battle or something.
Yeah.
There was this creepy robot shooting at the Turtles or something and fighting Triceratons. Please forgive me, I can't remember the
They're
issue.
on the cover of one of the books, actually. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Issue 5, I think, is there on the cover of it?
Yeah, I think so.
The Utron,
there's a fucking pardon my French, sorry. There was an effing Utrom coming out of the gut of this robot. It creeped the hell out of me. That forever burned into my mind like as one of the most disturbing things I'd ever seen. And I think years later they did a reprint of the same issue. Peter Laird did the cover for the second printing of that. And it's even scarier. There's just this blunt, there's the Turtles logo and it's cropped off on the bottom. There's just this blunt visage of the Utroms. And I've never been so creeped out by any.
That was the rare second or third print, I think.
Well, it's kind of, well, I guess it's getting rarer now.
Yeah,
Jesus.
at the time, yeah.
But whatever the case, I just always associated the Utroms as something incredibly creepy. And then later I got introduced to the cartoon, but it was I think what just burned into my psyche was the Archie book.
Yeah, Archie.
That was actually my first real turtle comic.
Yeah. And
the Archie book just what was it, 89? I got hooked on that. I think it was the Wingnut and Screw Loose issue.
For me, that's how I got my Mondo Gecko fix, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Because that was right around the time where the Mutant Animals were forming, and I was hooked. And I think by 91, I was just like, I guess this is whatever I'm getting myself into. I'm hooked.
Yeah.
I remember telling that to my mom. She's like, well, what is this about this Turtles? I was like, I don't know.
Dave Garcia on that first issue, remember? Yeah.
Yeah. Well, and Ken McCroney is still working in some capacity.
Yeah.
And he's been there as long as Dave has been there, if not, more involved. So I don't know. These old guys are still around doing little bits and pieces for Nickelodeon and
Actually,
Playmates and IDW and shit. It's crazy.
Speaking of Nickelodeon, we're gonna transition because that's
Sure.
actually what we're gonna. So actually, before I transition to this, Francisco, ToKka and I already went over our first favorite of the original Turtle movie. Actually, you know what? I'm not even gonna limit that. Francisco, what is your favorite Ninja Turtle movie? Doesn't have to be the first three, but it could be. Just pick one. There's been a lot. Even if, well, we've had like 2 Michael Bay films. There's been an animated CGI, and then we've had 3 original trilogies. Which is your absolute favorite of all time?
One that I honestly, I think I've watched it at least like about 8 times throughout my whole life that I really enjoyed was the first movie.
No.
Nice.
It seems to be everybody's favorite. I don't know anybody that doesn't like that film. I don't. I mean, it's everybody thinks it's like the most perfect film. Again, I'm all over the map with each and every one of the films. None of them are perfect in my opinion.
Yeah. No, I fully agree. Like we have to. I mean, it's the flaws that make them even better, you know.
And Turtles 2 is one of the most flawed films I've ever seen, and I absolutely love it. It's dated because of Vanilla Ice. The soundtracks, the soundtracks are actually quite amazing in my opinion. Jesus Christ, especially the first 3
Ninja
soundtracks
Rap.
were just. Oh well, goddamn! They have Yacht Kid K and Technotronic. Nobody talks about her anymore.
Yeah.
But
That was popping. She was popping right there, huh? Yeah.
Oh, dude, I remember.
That was the vibe. That was the vibe right there at that time, huh?
Yacht Kid K sounded like no other artist.
Yeah.
And when I was little, I fell in love with her sound. My God. And I still listen to those soundtracks just for her.
I mean, that's cool, man. That's totally the vibe in that era. And then when you hit number 3, you had the whole Tarzan Boys song was hitting too.
Baltimore was kind of like this cult, underground, dance club theme. It's still every once in a while that'll pop up, like on the restaurant I work at. Once in a while that music will just pop up in the mix. I'll be like, oh shit.
So right now on the screen, everyone could see this is we're gonna go over the upcoming 3 movies that are gonna hit. And the first one, which we'll just lightly talk about, because it's probably the one that's less being looked forward to, is there's going to be a Netflix Rise of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles animated film.
I can't see the picture on my...
Oh, all good, dude.
The screensaver went on the laptop. I'm sorry.
But, Francisco, have you seen this show, period?
No, not yet.
Okay. I have not seen this show yet. I've seen, like, every Turtles. This is the only Turtle show I haven't seen. It's the most recent one. And I'm gonna give it a shot. I definitely want to see it. I don't want to judge it till I actually see it. However, I was a little weirded off with like the whole they made them different species of turtles and stuff like that, and like they really changed it up a bit. But I mean, I'm open to seeing it. I mean,
give it a chance.
Yes,
especially if you're an old fogey like me. Give it a chance.
Yeah, I'm gonna give it a chance. Yeah.
Okay, it's a long story. God, now my alarm's going off. God damn. So much is happening here.
So there isn't even a release date for this. It's just Netflix has a placeholder.
It was supposed to be out by now. Supposed to be out by now. So I don't know what the deal is. What was it? 2019, Netflix and Nickelodeon had signed this deal. Some of those deals have come through, like the Rocco movie.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, no, there's been a couple of things they've already put out, but the Rise of the Turtles has not come out yet, so I believe they're well past post-production. I don't know what the deal is.
Yeah, I don't know what the deal is with this one either, because it's Netflix, so it's not like anyone's like anticipating it like you know what I mean? Strange.
Before it comes out, I suggest just giving it a chance. Rise of the Turtles, in my opinion, is one of the most digestible turtles ever. It has a storyline and a narrative. It is very
different. Yeah.
If you're not used to it after the first few episodes, then you may not like it. I personally thought it was kind of like a cross between Ninja Turtles and Sailor Moon on crack.
Sailor Moon, really? Sailor Moon of all things?
It's very anime. It's like every crazy anime. We're not talking about like your straightforward anime. What would be a good maybe like FLCL? Maybe it's got a FLCL vibe, kind of.
Okay.
I don't know. It's very hard to describe. Maybe it's a cross between Turtles, Sailor Moon, and maybe Little Big Trouble in Little China.
Okay.
That's a
No, seriously.
that is all over the
crazy.
place, man.
Yeah.
Well, and also Alex Deligiannis worked on. Alex Deligiannis is actually a staple. He's kind of one of the unsung heroes of Nickelodeon.
Okay.
He
I'm
worked with
definitely gonna
Ciro
give it a shot.
Yeah, he worked with Ciro Nieli, Ken McCroney, and Brandon Auman on all them when the first 2012 Turtles show came out. He worked on the pilot.
Dude, I love that 2012 show, dude.
Yeah.
I
Well,
love
there's a lot of crossover. Well, at least a little bit of crossover from the 2012 show to Rise. So, Ant Ward also worked on the 2012 show. So he took over for showrunner for the Rise, at least one of the main showrunners and writers and stuff. I don't know, producers.
Francisco, did you watch the 2012 show, the animated one? It was kind of I don't want to say it's not CG. It was like I don't even know what to call. What would you call it?
The 2012 show was CG, but they had a lot of 2D elements.
Yeah.
Especially like in regards to flashbacks.
Like a cel-shaded kind of thing.
Yeah. Did you watch it, Francisco?
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah, but I got to see some episodes.
Yeah.
The 2012 show is highly regarded as one of the best shows.
I love it.
Oh yeah, I remember when I jumped on it, I was like a little skeptical. I mean,
exactly.
Always, but I really did wanting to keep watching. It was really enjoyable.
Great humor too.
The 2012 show, in my opinion, again, one of the unsung heroes for the 2012 show, Nickelodeon in general, and for the 2018 show was Alex. Alex Deligiannis also worked for Butch Hartman in some capacity on The Fairly Odd Parents.
Okay.
Him and his family have done comics for years. Every time I would go out to San Diego, I always make it a point to see him and his family. He's just, the guy's a big teddy bear. His family's just, they're some of the most beautiful people I've ever met. But Alex made sure that there's a lot of throwbacks to old school stuff in the Turtles.
Yeah.
And nobody talks about this stuff, but the half court,
the giraffe.
the draft basketball player in Sandstorm, for example, appear in brief cameos in Rise of the Turtles.
Oh snap! Okay, that's cool.
We're talking about the Archie comics.
Yeah.
There's a famous floating cowhead, an intergalactic cowhead that used to lick up the turtles and travel them to other dimensions. Cully the Cowlick makes a cameo in Rise. So there's lots of little
awesome.
I think there's even like a little nod to Savanti Romero and things. It's just
nice.
It's a very different show. By the end of the series, everything kind of gets to where the turtle status quo is, with Leonardo being the leader. You've got to give it a chance. Everything from Hamato Yoshi to Tang Shen are turned on its head. It's kind of like they've kind of equated Hamato Yoshi as kind of like a fallen Bruce Lee like movie star.
Cool, man.
And so, and it's really cool. In fact, I got behind on the show, so I can't even give you a 100% synopsis. Overall, what I've seen so far, it's incredibly funny. The first night we saw, they had premiered it at San Diego Comic-Con 2018.
Yeah.
And so I had, that first night, I was exhausted. It was like a Saturday. And so later they showed it on Apple or whatever. So Michelle brought it up on her computer. I was cracking up. Maybe because I was exhausted. I don't know. I might have. I would imagine if you're an incredible stoner, you would love this show, because I was cracking up like I was stoned. It was so funny. I was rolling in the aisles. I could not believe it. I had no idea that John Cena himself had such a great vocal range. And Eric Bauza plays Splinter. Eric Bauza he was Tiger Claw in Turtles. Eric Bauza, in my opinion, he's kind of the reincarnation of Mel Blanc.
Yeah, well, he's Bugs Bunny, right?
He's one of the official Bugs Bunny. He wasn't Bugs Bunny in Space Jam, but he was a bunch of the characters in Space Jam.
Yeah.
He might have been Daffy Duck. I know he's also one of the... my first Looney Tunes character, I was introduced to him as He was one of the official voice actors for Marvin the Martian.
Ah, yeah.
He's done
Oh, wow.
He's done Woody Woodpecker. He was Tiger Claw on Turtles. He was Splinter.
He was a good
But yeah,
Tiger Claw.
he's in Space Jam 2.
Yeah.
Yeah, he did. I think I don't know if he's doing any of the regular traditional animated stuff, the more modern stuff for Woody, but he was in the Woody Woodpecker movie. He did Woody Woodpecker Right in My Ear. He was also the 2012 incarnation of Hun
Okay.
for the Nickelodeon show.
Yeah.
So, and that incarnation of Hun was basically Bruce Lee.
Yeah.
He does an uncanny Bruce Lee. He did it right in my ear. It was the creepiest thing I've ever. he psyched me out. I seriously, it was
That's cool.
the creepiest thing he's ever. He's a wonderful guy. I swear to God. And yeah, if you were to look at his filmography, you wouldn't believe the voice work he did. He's a young guy. He's like in his late 30s.
Yeah.
Early 40s. He's super young, so it's crazy.
I got a new image here I popped up. This is the next film we're gonna touch on lightly. This is a Seth Rogen one. So Seth Rogen's gonna be spearheading one, and we've got the Turtles, but his take on it, according to him, what's interesting is he actually has a theater date, which tripped me out. It's supposedly August 11th, 2023. So he actually has like a date, which is insane because, usually we don't even have Marvel movies that have dates. So for them to put out a date for this is pretty bold in my opinion. But I don't know how they actually hit that on the dot.
Yeah, he might. Good luck to him. I don't know about that.
Point Grey Pictures and Nickelodeon Animation Studios, and according to Seth Rogen, he's emphasizing on the teenage part of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. So he's gonna I'm not sure what he's gonna do, but it's making it seem like he's gonna really take on the the younger versions of them, I guess, right? Yeah. Yeah.
You know there's gonna be some stoning going around.
Yeah, exactly. That's all I can think of. I'm sure it'll be fine.
It'll be great. And we also know if Seth Rogen's involved, we're also gonna get what's his number 2?
Franco?
Yeah,
James Franco.
I thought they had a falling out though.
Did they?
Maybe. I could have sworn they had a falling out recently. I don't know. Franco got into some trouble, and Seth just.
Supposedly,
I don't know.
Seth's been a big fan of Turtles, though. Supposedly, so.
Yeah, I'm more than willing to give it a chance at this point. I think the older I get, I'm open-minded to just about anything. There was one movie we haven't talked about, and that was the Turtles Forever.
Oh yeah.
Turtles Forever came out in 2009. It was essentially it was basically the series finale for the 2003 show.
Isn't that what Seth is going to be? It's going to be not a live action, but it's going to be like a turtle, like a CG.
It'll be a new CG film.
Yes. Yeah. So Seth's is going to be. This is what I heard. Seth's turtle movie is going to be like what. I don't want to say it wrong. Into the Spider-Verse, the Miles Morales one was,
and I can handle
Marvel.
That. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's what Seth's turtle movie is going to be for us, turtle-wise.
Turtles Forever introduced the multiverse, and at the same time, I remember the very late Tales of the Turtles Volume 2 for Mirage introduced multiverse stuff.
Yeah.
So I think that the Turtles multiverse has kind of been long before I was even introduced to Spider-Verses and Marvel cinematic universes and I don't know, whatever, Justice League universes. I was very comfortable with Turtles multiverse. Turtles Forever almost actually made it onto the screen as it was going to be like a 1 or 2 night event through Fathom, but it fell through. They were actually going to show Turtles Forever in the movie theater. So I was actually I was very lucky. We got to see Turtles Forever on the big screen. But yeah, it was that was where, if you remember Turtles Forever, it was the multiverse. And there was one scene where, I don't know, Shredder opens up the portal or something. And then you see all these different versions of the Turtles. You see the anime Turtles. You see the 1990 movie Turtles and all these other. Yeah, and there was a whole bunch of Mirage comic Turtles, like the Michael Zully Turtles.
Yeah.
So, whatever. I'm sure it'll be just fine. I'm okay with it.
And then the last one we're going to go over here is those familiar with Saturday Night Live, and actually I think I
No.
think he's dating Scarlett Johansson. The Jost, Colin Jost and his brother Casey Jost, they're the ones that are writing the screenplay for the Paramount production. So this is the big budget one. Paramount production. It's going to be a live action Turtles movie. They're also big fans since childhood, those two guys. What's interesting about this one, though, is Michael Bay is actually behind some of the production, but he's not. I don't know. So some people find this as a worry, and some people don't. They're just saying he's just doing the money on it. But
I don't know. It'll probably be okay. I think they learned their lesson from the 2014 film. I think it'll be all right. The 2016 film, to my understanding, was a lot, at least from what I could gather. I haven't been on the Technodrome forums to see how they feel about it.
Yeah.
But to my understanding, it was a little bit more well received than the 2014 film. I'm okay with any, whatever. You could, I don't know, run a stop motion YouTube clip that a 6-year-old made on YouTube and like, hey, that's cool. It's got turtles in it. Whoa, nothing really phases me too much anymore. I'm pretty open-minded. I think it'll be okay. Michael Bay as a producer is not so bad. I think it's just when he's overall kind of got his
hands all up in there.
I don't know. Producers still have a lot of sway. I think it'll be okay.
No, but you're right. I think he learned he got enough feedback, understanding from people to know, like, all right, maybe I don't want to do the same thing again,
Remember 2014? What was it 2012, 2013? Everybody was vocal about the, because we're going to make the Turtles aliens, and we're going to do this with the Turtles. Oh, no, don't do that! Ah! And then, so they made it back to basics. And then William Fichtner, they had to change his character because originally William Fichtner was going to be the Shredder. And everybody's like, don't do that. No, don't do that.
Yeah.
So they brought Tohiro Masamune. Well, goddamn, I'm butchering his last name. Please forgive me, Tohiro. Tohiro Masamune, the guy from
I think
Heroes.
Tohoro's in the chat right now. Let's find out.
Oh, God, I'm butchering his name. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Well, whatever. They brought Tohiro in, and they just basically made him straight up. They shoe hammered him in and made Oroku Saki. The 2014 film, I enjoyed it for what it was. I was initially creeped out by the designs. Actually, I didn't find them like repellent or anything. I was just initially creeped out, but then I got used to them. And then by the 2016 film, like, it wasn't that bad. Everybody was very thrilled to have Bebop and Rocksteady on screen.
Yeah.
So I'm very sure what's going to come out will be okay.
Yeah. To what you guys were saying a little while ago, actually, Buffy in the chat says, yeah, Seth said he wouldn't be collaborating with James Franco after the abuse allegations against Franco from a few years ago. Interesting.
There was some kind of they just had some kind of falling out. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's I like Seth Rogen at this point in my life. He's actually he's very vocal. He's quite the activist, and I actually really respect a lot of his views on things. So I don't have a problem with him as a person, and he's a pretty competent writer. I'm not saying he's a perfect individual, but still,
he's had a lot of hits.
I'm definitely I'm probably more looking forward to that right now. I think the Jost film is too far off for me to really have. It's gonna happen. So
yeah, it's gonna happen.
Whatever.
That's the one that's gonna take the longest to make, though.
Yeah, I think gee whiz, it could be 5 more years for all I know.
Yeah.
But still, I'm pretty sure there's a lot of content coming out. We'll have to look forward to.
Josh in the chat says Turtles 2 is excellent. So.
Oh yeah, no, it's
nice.
Yeah. I'm sorry, it's my favorite. I have a fondness for Turtles 2 and even Turtles 3 just for what they are. Maybe my love for these films might mostly be just sentimental. I don't know. I think Turtles 2 I actually saw with my father. So I was having a real bad day at high school. Some really bad stuff went down, I remember, and my father he's like, let's just go see a movie. You need a break. I'm like, okay. So What do you want to see? Turtles 2, I guess, whatever. And yeah, as soon as ToKka came on the screen, ToKka and Razar, like, what is this? Oh my God! There's these crazy monsters that act like 3-year-olds. I don't know what happened. I just connected. I don't know why. There was just these big bumbling idiot characters that were brutal, and I fell in love.
Oh, they were awesome, dude. That whole scene, they're like, mama.
Yeah, exactly.
Shredder, like...
you would expect it to be something scary was about to happen with Shredder, and then it's the exact opposite. It was nothing scary at all. They just give Shredder this big hug. It's like the most freakiest, cutest thing you've ever seen in your life.
They look great though. I think Razar was he was the the wrestler, the Kevin Nash guy was Super Shredder, right?
The same suit actor for I think he's still around. The suit actor for Razar went on to play other things. I do know he was Lord Zed in the original Power Rangers film from '95. That was the same actor that played Razar.
Nice.
He played another. He was a stunt actor. I can't remember these names.
That's cool, man.
But yeah, no, it's like the 7 degrees of Kevin Bacon. It's all kind of all connected.
7 degrees of Razar.
7 degrees of Razar, 7 degrees of ToKka, whatever. They're all kind of connected.
Yeah.
But I was even learning there's turtle connections with like the Mandalorian even. I worked again. Colorado Springs Comic Con is run by a company back east. They run like Rhode Island Comic Con and a couple other Comic Cons. Well, they have they actually bought a property out here at an old strip mall. There was an old Albertsons grocery store and an old Long's Drugs that were connected back in the 80s and 90s.
Yeah.
Well, the Long's Drugs closed down years ago.
Yeah.
And then later the Albertsons closed, but both of those buildings were connected. And they the company bought out those two spaces, ripped out the center, and then made it an event center. So I think it's like their backup. But I think for 2017 Colorado Springs Comic Con, they had the event there at that location at the old Long's Drugs area. And then 2017, 2018, somewhere around there. And then 2019, they moved it up to the mall. 2018, 2019, they moved it up to the mall up north. And so 2019, the Sears had just closed down earlier that year at that mall. So they had the Comic-Con in the old Sears.
Oh, wow.
It was so surreal. The old Sears that I grew up with, they had the 2019 Comic-Con. That was the first Colorado Springs Comic-Con that I officially worked for. And Kevin Eastman was there with Courtney.
The Sears buildings are usually pretty big, too. Yeah,
not
small.
In fact, the guy, I talked to the guy, they had the event the other weekend I thought the event was going to be canceled because 2020 was canceled for obvious reasons. But 2021, I thought it was going to be canceled too, but I was wrong. So I was like late July or mid-July, I was perusing on their Instagram at work. I'm like, oh shit, we're back. We're going to be back at Colorado Springs Comic Con at the World Arena. I'm like, oh shit. Yeah. So I had to hustle, and I was one of the last minute volunteers for them. So I got to work the line, if you call it work, I guess. I helped set up that Thursday, and then I had to work my regular job Friday, and then I went back on and worked the weekend at Colorado Springs Comic Con. I worked for the Star Wars actors on The Mandalorian. So I worked for, and working mean I was mostly just doing line control and helping with little things.
Yeah. Who did you have there? Who were you responsible for?
Misty Rosas was she was Nick Nolte's character from the first season of Mando.
Okay.
Remember Quill?
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, the little Ugnaught guy that built was that IG-11? So that was Misty Rosas was the suit actor.
Wow.
Then she played the Frog Lady.
So how tall? Oh yeah, the Frog Lady with the Baby Yoda kept eating the eggs or whatever.
Yeah, I'll post it on my Instagram later. I just haven't made the time to post the photographs I have of her. I've just been swamped with my schedule's all jacked up because of all the
How tall is
Comic
she?
Cons.
Do you know?
Oh God, she's not as I'm what 5'6" or something, so she's about half my height, I think. I've got a photograph with her. She's a short lady.
Yeah.
But she was Jesus Christ, she was in Congo.
Really?
She played in Congo. She played the ape in Congo.
Oh, that's crazy.
She did it. She was in Disney's Country Bears, so she played Haley Joel Osment's character.
Huh.
Again, politics aside, opinions about Country Bears and all these movies, I have no comment. I'm just saying, she was the suit actor. You got to admire the suit actors. If they're playing animatronic characters, whether you would like the film or not, that takes a lot of commitment to do these films.
Yeah.
So, you know, I talk to nerds all the time, and I hated this movie. Oh my God, I hated it. Blah, 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 blah. That's fine. You can hate it, but I always respect people that can at least give constructive criticism. I didn't like this movie for these various reasons. It just is not for me. But still, you gotta always respect the production behind it. Especially if they've been working with the Henson people or
she
the
does a
Stan
great job
Winston
though.
people.
Those characters that you're saying she plays, she does a good job. She has an understanding of the movement.
Well,
and everything.
There was one other, and this is with the Turtles connection. There was one other show she played on. There's a PBS show. I don't know if it's still on, but it was within the past 15 plus years, called Sid the Science Kid. That's a Henson production, not the Disney side of Henson, but the regular Disney and Henson, the Muppets. It's all complex anymore.
Yeah.
Even the Sesame Street stuff, it's all legalese. Just makes your head spin because it's so confusing how they break all this stuff up. Whatever the case, Henson had this CGI show called Sid the Science Kid. This little kid, I don't know, he's a very Muppet-like CGI creation, but it's all, what is it? Not stop motion. What am I thinking? You know what they do with video games and for movies where they put the tracksuits on the
little orbs on you and stuff.
Yeah, what is that called? The motion capture.
Yeah, motion capture.
Yeah, mocap. So they had
I had that done once for some skate game.
Yeah.
A long time ago when I was younger.
Well, they have this little kid, and it's all mocap, and I don't know if she played the mocap title character or what, but Mitchell and Sisti worked on that show. Now, Mitchell and Sisti, he's not a household name, but you do know his work. Because like you were talking about Turtles 1, Mitchell and Sisti was Michelangelo, one of his suit actors and stunt actors for the first two films.
Yeah, he was also the pizza guy.
He was also the pizza.
Yeah, he's like 108th, 108th.
Yeah, in a way, in that scene, it's almost like he's almost talking to himself in a way.
Yeah, I love that scene, dude.
Not really, but kind of. But anyway, no, Mitchell and Sisti, he's kind of one of those unsung heroes of the Henson Company.
Yeah,
I'm not 100% sure, but he may have gone on to work on that Dark Crystal TV show. He's still connected with Henson. He's still doing stuff in his old age. But he would go on to.
I'd love to do an interview with that guy too someday because he's worked. With a lot of big names.
Well, and Michelle did an interview with him. You look at Cowabunga Corner, Mitchell and Sisti.
Yeah.
She interviewed him. She knows him. But anyway, Michelin later would go on to work on Disney's Dinosaurs. So if you remember Dinosaurs.
Oh yeah, he was the girl. Yeah. He was the girl, Charlene.
He played. Darlene or whatever her name was. Yeah, he played. He was her, and
he did.
And Dinosaur. Again, back to Kevin Bacon. Dinosaurs and Turtles 1 were well connected because a lot of the technology pioneered in that first film went on to go on for the technology used on the animatronics for dinosaurs. So yeah, it's all connected. Even Kevin Nash, who was Splinter in the first two films, was the baby in Dinosaurs.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's all crazy how it's connected. But Michelin, I brought up Sid the Science Kid to Misty, and she I was like, well, you worked on Sid the Science Kid, you probably know Michelin, right? She's like, oh, Misha, oh yeah, I know him. As soon as she said Misha, nobody calls, if you see Michelin, I would always call him Michelin or Mr. Sisti. Only his friends call him Misha that I know of.
Yeah.
So the Ivies know him, they're friends with Michelin. They're good friends with him. So They call him Misha. So I was like, okay, you know Michelin. Apparently, to some regard, she worked with him or trained with him. I think she trained under him in some capacity. I don't remember all the details, but so there's a little turtle connection. Misty Rosas worked with Michelin.
Nice.
And I believe she was educated in some regard years ago. She looks very young. She takes care of herself.
That's great.
I don't know her age. I don't know if I want to know, but she's a veteran actress, and she looks very, very young. Cool, but right next to her, that she has the same agent as Chris Bartlett. Chris Bartlett was, I think, in some capacity, he might have worked on the IG-11 robot in Mando. He was also the teacher robot when Mando had to go fight the Krayt dragon or whatever.
Oh yeah, in the classroom.
He drops Grogu, you know, the baby Yoda off in the classroom. The teacher robot, that was Chris Bartlett. If you remember, Bill Burr's character from Mando, Bill Burr was in 2 episodes, correct? Because he was like in the first season where he was with all those mercenaries or something. Yeah. Well, and then the robot droid, what was it? His name was Zero. It's like Q90, and I think they just called him Zero for short.
That show's so great, dude. I can't wait for the new.
Chris was the suit. Yeah, Chris was the suit actor for Zero, but he's also one of the official suit actors and voice actors for C-3PO.
Nice.
Oh.
Yeah, no, it's crazy. Oh no, he did the C-3PO impression at the booth. He did the mannerisms. Awesome. It was so crazy. But I had the privilege of working both their booths. In fact, Misty signed. I bought one of her CDs. She signed an autograph for me of the.
She has CDs of what?
She's a voice actor.
Oh yeah, okay. Voice CD of her like voice work. Okay.
She's a singer. She's a musician.
Oh.
That's what I meant to say. I'm sorry. Again, I haven't posted.
I was like, wait, CDs? I was like,
yet.
Yeah.
I haven't posted any of this stuff yet. So, she signed a CD for me, and I got an autograph from her with the frog lady on it, and then she signed a couple autographs for my friends, and then from Chris, he's also an illustrator. He went to design school, like in Santa Monica or something.
Yeah.
So he was drawing his own characters at the booth, and he was selling sketch cards of Zero. And then, he was also, if you remember the episode 1 of the Mandalorian, there was that Kubaz ferryman who did this whistle thing to call a taxi or something that the Mando had to take or something. I have to rewatch that. But there was that long snooted character that was also Chris. So he was drawing all of his characters. He was drawing, I think he had some C-3PO sketches he did, but I bought a Zero sketch from him and a Kubaz ferryman sketch for my manager at work.
Nice.
But yeah, no, it was a very surreal Comic-Con for the, and again, I'm just getting back into the Comic-Con thing. I'm a year behind on everything, and I'm just
we all
trying
are, dude.
Trying to catch up on life, and so but yeah. Oh, and back to the Turtles movies. Alan Rickson was there. Alan Rickson was Raphael in the first 2 Paramount films. And so I got to meet Alan Rickson. He was also well known as, I think he's in Titans now?
The show.
Alan Rickson's in Titans in some capacity. I don't remember what character he plays. But he was also in, back in the day, he was in Smallville. He was Aquaman in Smallville.
Oh, yeah, when he was younger.
Yeah. And so he's a big guy now. So I was like, oh my God.
He must play some sort of villain then in Titans. He must be like a villain or something.
He might be a villain, but you could definitely see why they chose him for Raphael, because he's like 2 football players rolled into one. He's a big guy. It's crazy. But
you know what he is? He's a Hawk. He was Hawk.
Okay.
Oh wow. Okay.
He was Hawk, and unfortunately, I mean, I didn't watch. I don't want to spoil it for anybody, but I heard that he, you know what I mean, like recently.
Yeah.
But, yeah, he was Hawk, dude. He's Hawk from Hawk and Dove. Yeah.
Crazy. Yeah. I didn't know that. Well, he I got him a skateboard.
Oh, nice. Then, what did he say?
Yeah. He was so grateful, and I was flattered, and I was ready to I wanted to get he hooked me up. I got a photograph with him, and he got me an autograph. He even signed one of my Turtles posters from 2014. Back when we were in LA at Golden Apple Comics, just before I think the official release date for the 2014 Michael Bay film.
Yeah.
They had they showed the 1990 film at Golden Apple Comics.
Nice.
It was like one day, and they had the writer and the 2 producers at Golden Apple signing the official poster for the 2014 film. So I'm actually very fond of the 2014, again, for very sentimental reasons.
Yeah.
Each and every goddamn Turtle movie that's come out, it becomes more sentimental.
Yeah.
Than me like judging on its nerdy merits. Well, this wasn't like the Mirage comic book.
That's why I'm always willing to give everything a chance. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
When you're I love it so much that I'm just like, yeah, I'll watch it. I'll give it a shot.
Well, and again, since they introduced this multiverse stuff, well, look at what's another movie we didn't talk about? The Batman versus Turtles crossover from a couple years ago.
I forgot about that one. Yeah,
that was a great movie. That's another movie you didn't bring up. That's in the comics. What was it? Batman versus Turtles 2 or 3.
Yeah. Those numerous series. Yeah.
They merged the Batman universe with the Turtles universe.
Yeah.
Or some capacity.
They did,
yeah. And I think they even
well, now we got Power Rangers and Turtles that passed not too long ago.
Power Rangers, the Ghostbusters, but I think
the Ghostbusters one, yeah, I forgot about the Ghostbusters crossover too.
They brought back the Mirage Turtles to fight in the Batman Turtles crossover. So the Mirage Turtles have appeared in the IDW comics.
Yeah, so the Mirage Turtles coming in, even Batman's gonna be like, holy shit, these guys are crazy.
well, even before the Mirage Turtles, the classic. Probably one of the most iconic, in my opinion anyway, in my own head canon, because I'm insane, right? Savante Romero. Savante Romero was one of the only Mirage era villains to actually cross over into the IDW books. So now he's like a major villain in the IDW books because of Bebop and Rocksteady and stuff.
Yeah.
So it's just, I don't know. The IDW books are great. They're just a real love letter to Turtles in general, especially like the Archie books and stuff.
Yeah.
All sorts of those old Archie characters have appeared in some capacity, to obscure characters to like Mazul, Stump and Sling, the wrestling characters like Ace Duck. Yeah, all these characters have appeared in the IDW books in some capacity. Jaguar, the Prehistoric Mammoth. They're great. It's crazy. I don't know. I've got so much to catch up on, so hopefully in the next year or so, I look forward to doing that.
We're over. I think this is actually our longest episode, actually. So we're over the hour mark.
Sorry.
Oh, all good, brother.
No, so, dude. I mean, when you're passionate and you just can't help it. I think that just makes it everything so much better, you know.
Well, and I feel like garbage because I've been doing laundry and I'm just playing catch up, and I've got I got to prepare for my trip for North Carolina, and I've been losing massive sleep. I had to work 5 days in a row at the kitchen to make up for they let me make up my days that I missed for working for the comic convention. And so I've been trying to take advantage of that. We got hit hardcore at the restaurant because of Labor Day. So we were swamped. And then on top of that, there was a little robbery last night at the...
Yeah, that's crazy. You told me about
a burglar. Yeah, so my head's just kind of spinning. And plus I had to do all my laundry and just... I still got wet laundry waiting for me in another room to go hang up. So
I'm in the last segment here of the show. It's called the Comic Book Pick of the Week. And this week's pick is going to be the Stray Dogs trade paperback book. And the reason why I picked this is because Stray Dogs is just sold out, period. And if you want to read the thing, each issue costs so much money that you can buy the trade paperback for what a regular issue of issue number 3 out of the 5 set costs. So it's, in my opinion, it's not even worth it. Just get the trade paperback at cover if you can get it, because it's going to sell out too.
Is there a reprint of the basic books or anything?
So it's basically the first time that Stray Dogs is going to be printed in trade paperback form. The regular release Stray Dog books, I don't even know. What are we on, Francisco? 5th printings of some of them? It's ridiculous. So
the most recent one I think is a 5th print.
Wow.
So they're two out. They're two all over the place. It's two.
And they're sold out.
They're all sold out.
So
Yeah.
it's like the last Ronin. It just took off, and everybody's going crazy and gaga about it. You just can't.
Yeah.
And then you go on eBay, and then the next thing you know, there's like a first printing for like $75, and it just came out a couple weeks ago or something.
Yeah.
Oh, it's gonna be like the what's it called? Like I just lost it. It was on the tip of my tongue. Like Something Is Killing the Children, number one, where like for their 8th print, they made it free if you order the Berserker copy, right?
8th print, dude. Just saying the word 8th print sounds like ridiculous.
And it was free, right? It was free if you order it if you order a Berserker.
Yeah.
And guess what? It sold out.
Yeah, that sold out too. So I mean,
that's crazy.
Yeah, this is just pick of the week, just because this is gonna sell out too, and you can at least get the trade paper if you get it now. You can get it at cover, which is like I think it's $16.99, which sure beats spending $100 on a first print first issue, right? So this is the pick of the week just because it's gonna come out, and if you can order one with your LCS or if your LCS has them there, I would recommend it. I know we have like maybe 2 copies that are supposed to come in, so not too many, but most LCSers should be getting some capacity of the books in, and they're trades, so they're just cover price.
Amazing.
You know? Yeah. So
amazing.
That'll be the pick of the week for this week. But before we send off here, ToKka, I want to say thank you for being our guest today, dude.
Yeah, thank you.
Where can we find you, dude, on social media? You do some incredible art, dude. For those that aren't aware,
a
lot of one-of-one pieces, really cool stuff.
I guess my website's terribletwos.com, and it needs a massive facelift, but whatever. It's kind of the hub if you need for all my contacts. So that's terrible, the number 2 and a Z.com. I'm on Flickr a lot. That's kind of like the dumping ground for all my portfolio. Everything that I can post as far as packaging and design from old turtle ads and stuff. So that's flickr.com/terribletwos.
Awesome.
The basics, Instagram, I think it's just ToKka_Oroku, like it says on the screen there. ToKka Oroku. I think
you also co-run a turtle site, right? You contribute.
Yeah, kind of. So on Twitter, I'm at ToKka. Twitter, and the username is just ToKka. I'm the only ToKka on there. Well, no, there's other ToKkas, but I'm the only ToKka.
Yeah. Not
ToKka_Oroku. I'm
Kevin.
I'm over explaining this.
Kevin Eastman gave you a quote. He quoted you as a what was it? It's really cool, man. It says like there was an executive at Nickelodeon, and he moved over to DreamWorks, and I can't remember his name offhand, but he came up to me one day at Comic-Con, and we were talking about my work, and a lot of the Nickelodeon, it's a mixed bag, and that's a longer story. Maybe someday I could tell you. Yeah, we'll have
my stuff. We'll talk another day about my stuff with Nickelodeon. Okay, we got a history with them. It's good and bad, but whatever. This executive came up to me. He said, "ToKka, you are the Jackson Pollock of the Ninja Turtles."
Jackson Pollock. There
and I was like, I asked him, I was like, my mind blew when he said that. I'm like, can I use that? He's like, absolutely.
That's rad.
So that's one of my favorite quotes of all time, and it was one of the most flattering things anybody ever told me.
That's awesome.
So I just kept it as kind of one of the taglines for my website. But yeah, I'm on Twitter also as I think it's GoGreenMachine.org.
GoGreenMachine.org. Yeah, that's a cool website, man. I love that site.
It's more for me. It's more of an aggregation site. I'm not perfect when it comes to doing actual posts and news, but I'm on the Go Green Machine Twitter all the time. To a lesser degree, the Instagram. I think the Instagram is ggm_team. So I'm all over the map. Over the years, the past 20 some odd years, I've just spread myself so thin on the internet. So I'm surprised. I'm still even doing any of this. So, but
hey man, keep it going, man. You make some great art. So
as long as you love it, man.
Yeah.
It's a love-hate relationship, but it's the best part about it, and I know it sounds cheesy, but getting to meet people like you guys, getting to meet the fans, and finding that you have fans of your own and stuff. It's very surreal, and I think that's probably the best part. But yeah, I mean, at this point in my life, you have to find that you gotta do it for the love of it, because it's rough out there.
And I absolutely love your ToKka dust story, dude. That's
cross your fingers. Hopefully I'll have that done. I'm just waiting for Steve Bissett.
Yeah.
And there's a million other stories I could tell you, but they'll have to wait for another time.
Yeah, we'll make them happen.
Yeah. Maybe in the coming weeks after I get back from North Carolina, we can touch base then if you want. It's up to you.
Yeah, we can do like Also, not only that, but as we get when we do like another turtle episode, man, I gotta have you back on. We'll talk just turtles.
Well, we also need to talk about something a little bit closer to you guys, and that's Dave Garcia and Monica Sharp.
Oh yeah.
There's another turtle character, turtle-ish character, that's kind of making a comeback.
Yeah.
And if all goes according to plan, Panda Khan is going to be having his own TV show.
I know. That's our version of Usagi Yojimbo over here.
Well,
yeah.
I'm pretty sure you've heard the stories that Panda Khan was going to make it into the original show, and some shenanigans happened, and it didn't quite happen. But he got his action figure, and it turned out the action figure kind of went on to become this cult favorite within and of itself. But that's a whole story for another time.
Yeah. Well, thank you, ToKka, for joining us, man. It was great to have you. Francisco, Boy Blunder, thank you for joining us, my dude. If you want to give a shout out on your tag name, I'm gonna put it in the information anyways, as always. But go ahead and give a shout out, Francisco. What's your tag name? So I'll have it here. Also.
Everybody can find me on Instagram at the.boyblunder.
Awesome.
And I'll just be.
Look it up and I'll add you.
And
sorry, my microphone just cut out. So.
And then just follow us at Metahumans Comics and on Metahumans on all social platforms. We're the only Metahumans on there. Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, you name it. Thank you, everyone in the chat, for joining us. I appreciate you all. Shout out to everyone that's in there. Josh, Pete, Buffy Love, Supercat, thank you for joining us. We appreciate all the viewers and everyone that watches this after. We appreciate all of you. Have a wonderful night, and stay safe, and watch some Ninja Turtle movies after this. Go feel some throwback turtle time. Get a pizza. All right, everyone, take care. Have a good night.